We are finally back with a brand new video. I don't know why I'm singing, but we are back finally. It is, first actual proper video for I'd say about 30 years. But yes guys, it is Snailed It, episode number 2, as you probably guessed by the introduction. And also the title, because you wouldn't have clicked on it otherwise. But yeah, getting straight into the action. We've got the snail for company once more today. And yeah, we're jumping straight into Q1 at obviously a wet Sepang circuit. And yeah, in Q1 we come over the line. It's such a messy end to the lap, but somehow we get P9 with it. And skipping to Q2, we're holding up somebody behind us, an absolute treat, it looks like. And getting a bit of oversteer at that final corner. That is no surprise in the Marussia. We come off across the line, only 4 seconds off the pace, and somehow we get P10. Daniel Ricciardo also with a 10th-place grid penalty. We elect not to run in Q3, which is interesting, just to save tyres, really. But we've beaten Mark Webber. So we've outqualified both of the Aussies, and now we're jumping into the car for the race because, like I say, we skipped Q3 just to save the tyres because this circuit absolutely eats tyres for breakfast. So we're going to need to stop in this race. I think all cars will this time, including Jules Bianchi. So we shouldn't be expecting 7th from Bianchi. But yeah, we're starting on a fresh set of the wet tyres. And we've got 2 remaining sets. So say we'd have used one in Q3, yeah, it probably wouldn't have got us higher up the grid either. But now we're going out to the grid in P9. Marussia giving us the thumbs up, or the whatever he does with his hand. I have no idea what that is. Got some bald guy. Yeah, nice one, mate. Just look at his face. It's quite interesting, that is. Anyway, we're out to the grid. Different details that I'm looking at there. We've still got the snail there, which is beautiful on this black screen. But now we're out to the grid. Is that Fernando Alonso on pole? He always seems to be on pole on these games. Or on this game, yeah, considering he hasn't got one for about 4 years. It's quite interesting. But we're starting P9 on the grid as Max Chilton. The lights are now coming on. We're down to lean revs to save the tyres, but we are away for the Malaysian Grand Prix. We get off to the typical snail start, and we try and push Mark Webber out just a little bit. I think we just got a bit too much wheel spin. Everybody is flying past us left, right and centre. We're already down to P13. We're going to dive it around the outside before coming down to the inside. And now we've got Felipe Massa, have we, just hanging it around the inside, parking the bus. And that is that Sergio Perez completely parking it on the apex. We're somehow up to P6 after 2 corners. And now we're settling into the rhythm of the race. You know what's coming here, guys. And then we're going to dive it down the inside of Sergio Perez. No, we're not. We're actually going to hold station. We've got 2 McLarens. We've got Button parking it on the apex that time. We give him a nice nudge up the rear. Yeah, that probably wasn't the best thing to say. Anyway, we're going to try and hang it around the outside of Button for P4, which we do. No, we don't. Don't get ahead of ourselves. And, you know, like we say, this Marussia has probably got about the traction of... I can't even remember what I went with last time. It was some awful cliche. Anyway, we're in P5. We're ahead of Perez, but behind Button, who is having a fine race for McLaren, or was, until I barged him out the way. Yeah, we've got no time for that, guys. We're just going to barge it up to P4. And, yeah, the snail train is back. It's been a while, but Mark Webber actually flies past to head the train, but we're just going to dive it down the inside. Obviously no DRS to aid any of these overtakes, which does help us a little bit, but the traction that we get out of the corners is really, really awful. And in the time that I've been talking, we've nudged Webber in the side pod, and we actually dived to the inside. This is well, I don't even know what I was doing, to be honest, but it looked quite pro. So, yeah, well, I'll roll with it. I'll just say that I meant to do it on purpose. And, yeah, we've actually managed to get ahead of Webber, and somehow Button has got him as well. So, bad corner for the Aussie as we put it down into standard revs. And now we're skipping to lap 5. The tyres are looking pretty nice, actually, at the moment, but that is going to all change, surely, in the next couple of laps as we break just under the Petronas sign, trying to block off any threat from Jenson Button. And, you know, Chilton is holding his own with the world's elite today. I think Rosberg's probably about a minute up the road now. He's about 20 seconds, but still. The train goes all the way back. I'm pretty sure my teammate's probably going to be in it in a minute. But, Yeah, we've got Mark Webber behind us. They're all exchanging positions, left, right and centre. Whoever I barge off usually goes down about 3 positions, and about a lap later they'll get a chance to overtake me. The inevitable happens. Webber goes around the outside, brakes about 500 metres before the corner, gets amazing traction out of it, and no, he's away. I'm not going to be able to get him, unfortunately. Well, that wasn't meant to happen. Anyway, Jean-Eric Verne is in P6. I tell you what, this wet weather season has really benefited the Toro Rossos. Oh my god, we've completely dived up the inside of Webber. Used Webber as a bit of like a brake marker, I guess, and we've nearly spun into him there. And anyway, before I was... Oh my god, we've got button past us as well. This is a complete calamity as our tyres start, especially our rear right, is completely going off. It is literally being chewed up by this circuit as if it's some kind of... And no, I'm not going to come out with a cliche because it's going to be absolutely shocking, as per usual. Anyway, skipping to the end of lap 7, our tyres aren't dead, but yeah, they actually do... They don't look as bad as they do in the dry, but I can assure you, you get so much less grip from it. And, you know, if your tyres are brick red in the wet, you're going to be spinning around. But yeah, about the Toro Rossos, I was saying about 2 minutes ago, the Toro Rossos in the wet last season were actually pretty strong, so they're going to be pretty strong this season as well. So they're going to be pretty high up the grid, which is interesting. Sticking on a fresh set of rubber in the meantime, we're coming out in P14, just behind Jensen as we were. So we're going to be looking to get out around sort of Sergio Perez, I reckon, because it's usually number 1 driver pits and then the number 2 driver pits. So if we can just get ahead of Sergio Perez this lap, that'd be good. As you can see, they're all diving into the pits, including Bianchi, who is having an absolute stinker of a race. Van der Garde is doing, well, was doing pretty well. Now he's at probably about 20th. But here we see who we come out. We come out ahead of Grosjean, but we're just behind Sergio Perez, unfortunately. And he was just a little bit too far to use him as a brake marker. So gonna have to wait on that one. And so it's lap 9 now. Still got a few laps to go, but the snail train has emerged once more, and we've got Vettel actually. Yeah, we barge him out of the way. We don't mind Grosjean coming up our inside, but Vettel definitely not. So I don't actually know what I was doing, to be honest. This was back when I was on the pad as well. I forgot to mention that this isn't actually with the wheel. Episode 3 is with the wheel. I've actually recorded that. It's the only thing that I've actually recorded since I got it. But as you can see, Alonso has already finished the race about probably about 20 seconds ago, and I'm pretty sure I must have barged someone out the way because Hulkenberg's quite a way back. And look at that train! Oh my god, that is absolutely immense. Literally immense. But we're actually -1 on the fuel as we come towards the end, but now we're back on optimal as we go into the final corner. We put it into Rich because we know that we've got a little bit left. Verne is back up to P9, but now we're on -1 and we're going to chug to the line. Are we going to be able to get P8? Oh my god, yes we are. Wow. I thought for a minute that was going to be, I don't know who else has done it. I thought we were just going to chug to the line and not get any points, but Chilton has exceeded what Bianchi did in real life in Monaco by taking 8th position, but he doesn't have a 5-second penalty, which would probably take him down to about 20th place, to be honest. But no, it's a good race. Just look at all those cars that are coming along. Those are all the cars that I was holding up. It's even a Caterham back there, and another one. But yeah, it was a pretty decent race in the end. Still got 4 points in the bag. I think the start of this season is just going to be getting used to the car and how it handles. Bahrain next time. I can tell you it's a very, very exciting race. That'll probably be coming next week. But until then, guys, just have a quick look at the Drivers' Championship. We're sitting in 6th place, ahead of both the McLarens, which is good. But until next time, goodbye.